Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to tackle the single most fundamental skill in any data analysis project. We're talking about getting your data out of a file and into your code. It's the very first hurdle, you know? And in this explainer, we're going to clear it together. Easy. So picture this. You've got your data set. It's sitting right there on your computer, probably in a CSV or an Excel file. And you just know it holds the key to some incredible insights. But right now, it's just a file. So how do you actually start working with it? That's the exact question we are answering today. All right, let's dive right in. Our first stop is focusing on this absolutely crucial starting point for any analysis, loading the data. I mean, before you can build cool visualizations or train a model or spot any trends, you first have to get that data into your programming environment. It's step one.
And really, think about it for a second. Every amazing chart you've ever seen, every mind-blowing predictive model, every single data-driven decision that a company makes, it all started with this one simple action. Mastering this step unlocks your ability to work with pretty much any data set you can get your hands on. It's how you turn raw information into actual, usable insight.
Okay, so before we can load the data, we got to understand its container, right? Data doesn't just float around in the digital ether, it's stored in files. We're going to zero in on the two most common formats you're going to run into out there in the wild. First up is the humble CSV. Now, it stands for comma-separated values, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's just a plain text file. And the beauty of a CSV? It's all in its simplicity. It's incredibly lightweight, it's universally compatible, and you can open it with almost anything, from a basic text editor to the most powerful data tools out there. And then, on the other end of the spectrum, you've got the Excel file. This is way more than just data storage. It's a whole feature-rich environment. It can handle multiple sheets, it can store formulas that calculate things on the fly, and it can have all sorts of complex formatting. You're going to see these all the time in business settings, where people are often analyzing and reporting on data right inside the spreadsheet itself. So let's break this down. What's the real trade-off here? Well, a CSV is your go-to for raw data transfer, mainly because it's so simple and small. An Excel file, on the other hand, is what you use when you need all that extra functionality, like formulas or charts or multiple tables all packaged together. Knowing the difference right from the start helps you figure out how you're going to need to handle the file. So, we get the files. Now for the main event. How do we get that static data out of the file and into a dynamic Python environment where we can actually start to play with it? This, my friends, is where the magic really happens. To pull this off, we're going to use a powerhouse of a library called Pandas. Seriously, if you're going to work with data in Python, Pandas is your absolute best friend. It's the tool that was specifically designed for data manipulation and analysis, and it's incredibly efficient at handling even massive data sets. And this right here, this just shows you the pure power of Pandas. Look at that. One single, super intuitive line of code. This command, read CSV, basically tells Pandas, hey, go open that file, read all the data inside, and load it into my program. It's clean, it's simple, and it is incredibly powerful. So what does that one line of code actually create? Well, it creates something called a data frame. And honestly, the best way to think about a data frame is like a super-powered spreadsheet that lives right inside your code. It's a two-dimensional table, with rows and columns, but here's the kicker. You can manipulate it with all the power and flexibility of a full-blown programming language. And the great news is, if you happen to be working with an Excel file, the process is almost identical. Instead of read CSV, you just use read Excel. It's this consistency that makes Pandas so wonderful to work with. Once you learn the basic pattern, you can pretty much apply it to all sorts of different file types. Okay, this is a fantastic question, and trust me, a point where so many people get tripped up at first. We told Python the name of the file, sure, but how in the world does it know where to look for it on your computer? This brings us to the really crucial concept of file paths. The key thing to get is that there are two main types of paths. An absolute path is like giving a full street address, complete with city, state, and zip code, starting from the very root of your computer. It's super specific, but it'll break if you ever move your project. A relative path, on the other hand, is like giving directions from where you're currently standing. Oh, it's just in the data folder right next to me. This makes your code way more portable, which is why it's usually the way to go. Awesome! The data is officially loaded into a data frame. We've just conquered the first major step. But we're not quite ready to start analyzing just yet. The next and super important step is to take a first look at our data and make sure it's clean and ready to work with.
Now, Pandas gives us some amazing commands to get a quick first look at our data. Think of these as a quick health check. df.head lets you just peek at the first few rows to make sure everything loaded in correctly. dfs.info is like a technical x-ray, giving you a summary of your columns, how many values are missing, and what data types everything is. And df.describe, oh, it's a powerhouse. It instantly calculates key stats like the mean and standard deviation for all your numerical columns. These three should be the first commands you run every single time.
And this right here, this is the golden rule of data analysis. It's a non-negotiable truth. You can have the most advanced, fanciest analytical techniques in the world, but if your data is messy, incomplete, or just plain wrong, your results are going to be meaningless. Data cleaning isn't just a chore. It is the absolute foundation of reliable insights.
So how do we actually clean it? Well, this slide lays out a pretty common workflow. First, we handle any missing values, deciding whether to fill them in with something or maybe just drop those rows entirely. Next, we hunt for and remove any duplicate rows that could be skewing our analysis. And finally, we make sure every column has the correct data type, like making sure numbers are actually stored as numbers and not as text, which is a surprisingly common and frustrating little problem.
And just like that, you've done it. You've taken a static file, you've loaded it into a powerful data frame, you've inspected it, and you've cleaned it up. It is now primed and ready for real analysis. The foundation has been built. So the only question